Very good morning to all my kids. Welcome to my online e-learning classes. Student, the chapter 5 coal and petroleum. This is the chapter number 5 in science, and this is one of the important topic, completely theoretical chapter. Means lots of things which you have to learn. Okay, so this is a completely theoretical chapter, and there are certain things which we have already done in our online classes. During the online classes, the explanation I did, but still I'm going to make this video for the revision purpose. We have done the exercise, keywords, hard words, everything. So in this video you will get the exhaustible and inexhaustible resources, what is coal, story of coal, then the products like coal tar, natural gases, petroleum. These are the things which we will learn in this chapter. What are the definition, what are the importance, why they are known as black gold, the refining of petroleum. So these all things we will discuss in this video. So please watch this video carefully, because this will help you a lot. So without any delay, let us start today's video, children. So children, chapter 5, coal and petroleum. As you know that we have already done the explanation of the chapter 5, but still there is a need to re-explain this chapter, so I am making this video for you. So in this chapter we will discuss, the first thing which we are going to discuss is inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. So as you know that the inexhaustible natural resources, so first of all, natural resources are what? The things which we get from the nature, they are known as natural. Okay, resources, there are things which are found in the nature, and we use that thing for the energy, for the energy purpose, for our leading our life. They are the resources on which our life depends. So inexhaustible natural resources are what? Means that these resources are present in unlimited amount or quantity in nature, and they are not going to exhaust by the human activities or human beings, like the sunlight, air. These are the things which are found in the nature, and we get the solar energy, we use the air regularly, and they are in the unlimited amount. We cannot say that the sunlight, we will by the use of the sunlight, one day we will finish the sunlight. Okay, so they are unlimited in quantity. Whereas on the other hand, in contrast, the exhaustible natural resources are what? These are the resources, natural resources, which are found in the limited amount. Limited amount means they are in the restricted amount. Okay, and if we use these resources, these natural resources, then one day they'll finish up. They can be exhausted, they will be finished one day by the human activities. The effect of human activity will be on the natural resources, and when they end up, so they become exhaustible. So that is why the name exhaustible natural resources. Okay, so examples of some examples of exhaustible natural resources are forest, wildlife, mineral, coal, petroleum, natural gas, natural gases, etc. So these are what? These are the things which we get from the nature, of course, but the quantity is fixed, limited, and they become exhausted one day, they become finished one day. Okay, if we use wildlife, means forest, means because you know that forest give us so many things. Our life completely based on the plants and other animals. But if we do deforestation continuously, or if we are not doing plantation, then one day they'll finished. Okay, so this is called exhaustible natural resources. Okay, because we are using regularly, but we are not doing, or we are not doing such a thing by which we can increase the amount or quantity of these natural resources. So definitely we have to do certain things by which we can increase the amount of these natural resources, because the life is based on these sources. Okay, now the next thing, like natural resources, that eatable things. Okay, eatable things like the food, vegetables, fruits, crops, everything which we are getting from the plants, we are regularly using these things. But if we are not growing these things, we are not cultivating these things, then definitely they will be finished and there will be a scarcity. Okay, similarly, some exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, or natural gas, the quantity is also become less. Day by day, the quantity is continuously decreases. Each group may have a different consumption, because we are doing our consumption, the rate of consumption is always greater than the rate of production. So that is why they become exhausted one day. Okay, so next topic is our next. Now the coal. So you have seen this black color, thick, harder material, stone-like structure, that is coal. Okay, so this is a coal. Now coal is one of the fuel used to cook food. Okay, this is one of the fuel which are used in cooking. Earlier it was used in the railway engines. You know, in the earlier time, the railway engines are steam engine. Okay, nowadays the engine become electric engine. Okay, they'll run on the electricity, and earlier they run on the coal steam engine. Okay, so a huge consumption of coal was there in the earlier time. So the consumption was, because consumption was greater and production was lower, so that they are also become lesser in the quantity. So the steam engine, in the railway steam engine, the coal is used, or coal was used to produce steam to run the engine. It is also used in the thermal power plants to produce electricity. So this is a basic, coal is what? Coal is the basic energy or power, basic energy production. These are the things which are used for the energy production areas, whether in the engine or whether in the thermal power stations. Okay, that are used as a fuel for producing the energy, for producing the power. Okay, in the different fields or in the different areas. Now after that, the thing like coal is processed in industry to get some useful products such as coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Okay, when we burn the coal, the carbon dioxide gas is produced. Okay, and the so many things we get by the processing of coal, and these things one by one we will discuss here. Coke, it is a tough, porous means full of hole. It is a tougher, porous, full of pores and black substance. It is an almost pure form of carbon. Coke is one of the purest form of carbon. Okay, almost pure form. Coke is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. Right. The next is coal tar. It is a black, thick liquid. Okay, viscous liquid, a thicker liquid, black color liquid with the bad odor or unpleasant smell. The smell is not good. It is a mixture. Okay, it is a mixture of actually it is a mixture of so many things. So now coal tar. After coal tar is used in the manufacturing, when road manufacturing. Okay, in the formation of road. You know that black color thick liquid has imposed on the surface of the road. Okay, that surfacing of the road is nowadays done by another thing, that is a bitumen. It is a petroleum product. It is a petroleum product, and it has this bitumen, or this one has replaced coal tar. Okay, and the coal tar is a mixture of 200 substances. Okay, products which are obtained from coal tar are used as a starting material for manufacturing various substances in the different industries, like drug industry, the synthetic dye industry, perfume, in the making of perfume, plastics, paints, photographic materials, roofing materials. These are the things which in these field the coal tar has been used. Okay, so a vast area. Okay, now bitumen, you know what is bitumen? It is a petroleum product, and nowadays bitumen has replaced the coal tar. So what does it mean? It means the road nowadays for covering the road or surfacing of the road is done by the bitumen, not by the coal tar. So coal gas, the next is coal gas. It is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. Okay, during the processing of coal to get coke, coal gas has been produced. Coal gas was used for street lighting for the first time in London in 1810 and in New York around 1820. Okay. So these are some products. Now after that, petroleum. Petroleum is very, very important. Please mark here. This is an important thing. Okay. So now petroleum in the automobiles such as motor, bikes, scooters and cars. Petrol is used as a fuel. Okay. Petrol is used as a fuel in the lighter vehicles like motorcycles, scooter and cars. But in the heavier vehicles like the trucks, tractors, which type of fuel is used? And the fuel is used in the heavier vehicle are diesel and petrol, the product of diesel and petrol, that is petroleum. We can say that in heavier vehicles, instead of petrol and diesel, petroleum has been used. Okay, petroleum has been used, and these two things, petrol and diesel, we get petrol and diesel by the petroleum also. Okay, acha, petroleum, how the petroleum was formed? This is a long process, and this is done by the dead remains of the aquatic organism. When in the sea, these aquatic animals or organism become dead and they settled at the bottom of the sea. The different so many layers of the sand and clay has been imposed on the dead body or dead remain of the aquatic organism. So many layers are there, one above each and every layer. By the each and every layer, the pressure and temperature increases. Okay, and when due to the higher temperature and pressure, and when the pressure and temperature become higher, increases when they become higher, then they convert, then they transform the dead organism, they change the dead organism, aquatic dead organism, into the petroleum. Okay, this is the whole process. Now it is important, yes, of course, the petroleum we get from the dead remain of the aquatic animal, it is a good thing and it is important thing, but we can't use that petroleum directly as it is. We have to refine it. So refining of petroleum is very important and necessary. Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has an again unpleasant odor or smell. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. The process, this is the structure of the petroleum and natural gas deposits. Okay. Now the process of separating the various constituents of petroleum is known as refining. So what is the refining process? The refining process is the process by which we can separate the different constituent of petroleum. Okay, so it is carried out in a separate area that are known as refineries. These are the refineries. Okay, this is a refinery, so they are known as petroleum refinery, because here the petroleum has been refined. Okay, what are the various constituents of petroleum? See, these are the petroleum constituents. Okay, LPG. First one is LPG, then petrol, then kerosene, then diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, and bitumen. These are some constituents of petroleum which are refined or which are separated in the refineries. Okay. Now the natural gas. Natural gas is what? Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes. They are very important. Nowadays natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because their movement or their transportation is very easier. They can be transported through the pipes or from the pipes. Natural gas is stored under higher pressure as compressed natural gas, CNG, compressed natural gas. CNG is used for the power generation or in the power generation. Okay. So many vehicles, this CNG has been used. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories where it can be supplied through pipes. You know, it can be used directly without any changes, without any transformation. So it is a easier thing to use CNG where it can be supplied. And the pipeline or the supply line is actually in every city of the country, and there is a complete network of the CNG pipelines. Okay, so natural gas is also used as starting material for the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. Okay, so these are the area in a country natural gas has been found. Where this will be a good question. Write down the name of the area in a country where the sources of natural gas are found. So Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the Krishna Godavari Delta. This is the answer. So I think you all have understood now. And the last topic is some natural resources are limited. You know, natural resources are limited. Why they are limited? Because they are exhaustible in nature and we are using continuously in a huge amount. So it is important to use carefully these sources when we are going to use these natural resources which are limited in amount. So we have to be very careful, because keep this in mind that one day they'll finish. So this is our duty to use these things very carefully, and when it is required only then we have to use. Okay, so this is all for this video, children. These are the questions which we have already done. So thank you for watching this video. please learn this portion, because this is a very important part of the chapter. This is the whole, we can say that the summary. Okay, so thanks again for watching this video. Stay home and stay safe.